May at center circle for Carolina. Brissett for Syracuse, and the opening tip belongs to the Tar Heels.
First, it's going to be important that North Carolina attacks that ACC area. Theo Pinson, number 1 in white, is the ideal guy to be a playmaker from that spot.
Berry straight away for May, a 15-footer, short, tip back out for Berry, 10 to shoot.
What a quick reaction by Chukwu.
The floater, offside iron, tipped in.
A offensive rebounding team this Syracuse team is. They can sometimes give up a lot of opportunities on the offensive glass. Let's see if Carolina can exploit that throughout the balance of this game.
UNC number 1 in the ACC in offensive rebounds a game, and number 1 in the country in average rebounds per game. Dolezaj from Slovakia scoring 20 yesterday.
He was so active around the rim, fearless in taking that 15-foot jump shot, and he's got that little floater as well.
He gave Berry some space, tried a 3. Brissett soars in to snatch it. The big 3 on the perimeter right now. Tyus Battle with the ball, finds O'Shea Brissett. Frank Howard among that group as well. Here's Howard.
The key for Carolina is, can they contain the dribble penetration of Syracuse? They run a lot of isolation situations.
5 to shoot. It's got to come quick. Battle tries to create space over the top of Williams. Long shot grabbed by May, and here comes Carolina. Down the lane, a flip over the shoulder. Howard's there to intercept it. Pinson nearly got it back. And into the half court for Syracuse.
Yeah, I thought that ball should have gone right into Luke May. He had Chukwu deep into the post area. Missed opportunity there for North Carolina.
The 5 on the floor right now for the Orange. The most important 5 players they have. They scored all 73 of their points yesterday.
And they will push on misses and makes.
A test of perseverance that will involve a lot of perspiration as well.
Yeah, you can't give North Carolina easy opportunities. Can't turn it over. Can't give them second chance shots.
There he goes baseline, and it
averages 13 on the season.
Howard across the lane, had it swatted away. It's Williams ahead of the pack with contact. May follows it.
Basketball out in transition. They get you back on the heels, and we talked about also the opportunities that avail themselves both in the half court and in transition against the Orange.
It's an interesting contrast of styles with Carolina against Syracuse, the second slowest paced team. As Battle hits the 3.
He is capable of explosive nights. Had 37 against Florida State.
One player to watch coming up the floor, number 11 in orange, O'Shea Brissett. Just 10 points yesterday for him and 0 for 6 from 3.
Are available aplenty for Carolina.
Quick touch pass. Johnson fades away. Rebound to Chukwu.
Now, I will say this, is Syracuse needs to keep this game, Mike, in the 60s. But when they get opportunities where they have what I call even odd opportunities in transition, they got to be able to take them, because this North Carolina defense is much improved over the last couple weeks.
Brissett lost his dribble, got it back after it was swatted away. Battle sweeps away Williams.
Oh, gosh.
Orange in front by 1, almost 5 minutes gone in the opening half. May across the lane.
Side of the floor. And again, if you can get that basketball to the ACC area short corners, there's some opportunities there. What a beautiful big-to-big pass there.
Brissett going on Manley. Johnson. Voice of the Tar Heels from 1971 up until his retirement in 2011. 4 hoops titles, 13 Final Fours, 23 bowl games. They say you can learn a lot about a person by the love they leave behind, and you could tell around the broadcasting world, around North Carolina and the ACC today, there was a lot of love.
Appreciation for the Durhams.
9-8, a 1-point North Carolina lead. As Howard goes to work on Berry, uses the glass, and it rolls out. See the great rebounding there on display by North Carolina, number one, not only in rebounds per game, but also rebounding margin in this league. Dolezaj rising to
rebounds in 17 minutes against the 'Cuse the last time these two teams met.
Best point total for the freshman from Central Ohio in any ACC game this year. Battle for Dolezaj, who rises to the rim. Trying to follow up a career-high 20 yesterday with aggressive offense. Chukwu plays it straight up and sends Manly packing. Battle trying to turn the corner. Howard into a three ball.
Mike, remember what we said earlier. If you cannot contain the dribble penetration against the 'Cuse, you are in trouble. They're doing a really nice job of finding the next guy open when there's two guys to the ball.
They're defending well at the rim. They've shot well from three so far. A perfect 3 for 3 for a team that ranks 319th in three-point field goal percentage out of 351 teams in Division I.
But if somebody's taking them, you want Howard and Battle to take those open threes. Got to continue to drive the basketball. It's been good for 'Cuse here early.
Battle got the first step, but he's got to get back to his feet here as North Carolina's pushing with a 5-on-4. Williams fakes the pass, misses the shot, but Berry in the right place at the right time.
What good anticipation by Berry of where that basketball was coming off the rim.
Attack in the middle of his own, and that's
North Carolina can't overhelp. The overhelps have been getting them in trouble here on the last 4 possessions. They got to stay home, anticipating when the basketball is going to be picked up off the floor.
Sidibe rolls, had nobody with him. Brissett tries to create space, hits it off the side of the backboard. Shot clock doesn't reset. And a foul with a win behind a huge effort from Yante Mayton earlier today. And either South Carolina or Ole Miss will be the third game against Arkansas, with the Gamecocks up 4 late in the first half. Here comes Pinson, in and out dribble.
From the Tar Heels on the push, but one of the ways you can beat the zone is getting out in front of it, and they've done that really well on a couple possessions here early.
Brissett, step back. Deep yesterday, 33% on the year. He was bound to come back to life at some point.
He is a phenomenal player. Only a freshman, folks, averaging 15 and 9. Taking so many random threes, and has actually made him a lot more efficient from the three-point line. Shooting 44% from 3 over the last 4 games.
Williams ahead of the field. Finish.
Can't give them easy points. Second chance opportunities off turnovers. That would, another one.
Second straight double team and a second straight transition opportunity at the bucket. Chukwu has 2, which is why Sidibe is on the floor, a guy who's battled tendonitis in his knee this year, and only 2 healthy scholarship guards, and you're looking at them, Frank Howard and Tyus Battle. It's Howard with the drop off, Brissett.
I thought Howard should have taken that little runner that he takes in the lane there.
Double team, corner kick, Brissett.
He was 0 in yesterday's game, but shooting it with a lot of confidence. The team, they've been giving him that little corner 3, but he's looking like he's a confident shooter today. Make that tonight. I've been in the building too long today.
Action starting at noon, and we won't be done here till just shy of midnight Eastern, but that is the fun of March.
Yes. Dribble penetration has been good. The drive either to the basket or for the kick. Syracuse has to continue to attack off the bounce.
Just 5 to shoot. Howard's got to create, takes 2 screens, gets hedged out high, 1 on the shot clock, and it's a shot clock.
The edge, and you cannot allow the guard to turn the corner. What a nice job moving his feet by number 15 in white.
Substitutions coming after that shot clock violation. May, Johnson, and Andrew Platek, who's got it there, all out onto the floor.
Nice shot fake.
and one. Team All-ACC selection, along with his teammate Joel Berry, the first time that UNC has had two on the first team since 2012. Playtech jams in. Fortunately for Battle, he also screened the official Les Jones.
That's right.
Returned him the call.
That's right.
Short time on the shot clock once again. Playtech with the interception. As Berry up ahead, May shook him off under the basket. After
over 45% from the three-point line. And he's having a magnificent year.
Allison?
Well, guys, Luke May's 21st birthday is today. I asked Joel Berry if he got him anything. He said, nah, not yet, because I'm hoping to get him an ACC championship for his birthday. And really, guys, not too much to ask, because you remember last year, Joel Berry got a national championship on his birthday, so it's only fair.
A lot of birthdays going around. Cam Johnson just had his 22nd birthday on Saturday night. Now under 8 minutes to go here in Brooklyn, with North Carolina out in front by 6.
Nice.
May feed Playtech.
When you catch it, you have to make quick decisions with the basketball. None quicker than that last one. Nicely done by the Tar Heels.
Jump balls to a 31-28 lead.
You mentioned Oklahoma State having to play against Kansas. That'll be the third time this year. They swept Kansas in the regular season. Can they do it a third time?
5 to shoot on the possession for Syracuse. Battle's got to go and didn't realize how.
The box, both elbows, and then both post areas. There is no room for dribble penetration, and that's been the difference in this game over the last 5 minutes. Syracuse has got nothing off the bounce.
Johnson's pass denied to the logo area, and May left it. Johnson, NBA range 3.
A missed opportunity there for the Tar Heels.
The Orange playing for another quadrant 1 victory, trying to go from the first 4 out into the field of 68. 3 quadrant 1 wins for them this year against a team that has the most in college basketball in North Carolina. Brissett off balance. May comes down with it, feeds forward for Berry.
Brissett may have gotten fouled on that one. First half by the Tar Heels.
Attacking the basket, 18 of their 34 points coming in the paint for a team that since February 1st averages more points than any team in college basketball, and how apropos, averages the most paint points in college basketball, 37 a game.
Wow, that's vintage Carolina basketball. Than the teams that they've had in the past, and yet they continue to dominate the painted area.
It's good you expect the same thing. That's good foresight from you, seeing as the head coach beat you by 6 years.
Absolutely.
Roy in his 15th season at the helm. Jim Boeheim on the other side, 42 years at his alma mater. Berry, a high arcing shot. Tipped out to Battle.
It is remarkable, though, Mike, as we're getting into the small ball generation in college that obviously tends to get much of what they get of influence from the NBA. Not North Carolina. They like having bigs across that front line and punish you on the offensive glass. They trap you, get out in transition. And they have not changed their philosophy whatsoever, even though they're shooting a lot more threes this year than they have in the
Barclays Center in the ACC tournament.
I didn't even wear my green tie today.
So you're saying when you don't wear your green tie, it's good luck. So you don't need to wear the green tie.
That's right. Thank you.
Brissett contested 3. Much needed.
Yes. He's shooting it confident today, isn't he?
Berry runs the floor. Swatted back Brissett. Battle trying to start a run with a 3-on-2. He steps through, around and out. Offensive rebound, second chance.
Against Toledo in the non-conference. He's been absolutely sensational. Carolina's got to continue to get that basketball into the ACC area off the pass or off the bounce. But you got to finish the possession with a rebound. Those second chance opportunities kill you. Syracuse did a nice job defensively, but couldn't come up with the defensive rebound.
An 11-point game in which North Carolina has led by as many as 13.
Got to space the floor and allow Frank Howard to get to the gap.
That was a difficult shot, and look how far away from the basket he started that drive.
Got to give a lot of credit to Joel Berry's defense on that one.
Williams again. Well off the mark.
Yeah, that ball never changed sides of the floor. That was a bad shot there by Williams.
Battle, no call. On the contact as Carolina scrambles. And a long rebound eludes.
Plus 38 minutes a night. Nice.
Manley finds Playtech on the wing. Berry sees one he likes. Playtech offensive board. May attacks from the left side. No. And a slam follow at the rim. Sterling Manley. Brissett back down the other end. A three-pointer to answer and bring the first half to it. Defending the three-point shot, that's where the Orange had success. They shot 7 of 13 from three, and from inside the arc, just 3 of 15.
Yeah, O'Shea Brissett, number 11 in Orange out there, was a perfect 4 for 4 from three. In ACC area, you want to put your most versatile player there. That guy for Carolina, Theo Pinson. What a beautiful read there.
And with 10 points, he's now the leading scorer for the Tar Heels. The game's leading scorer, Brissett, with 12, as you mentioned, perfect from 3 on 4 tries. Johnson attacking, stripped by Brissett.
Have to be better moving the ball. It's sticking a little bit, and when we do, we have to really shore up our passes and be strong with the ball.
3-pointer for the Cuse in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, leading at 12 points. We talked about taking away the easy opportunities from Carolina. Syracuse did not do that. 12 points off turnovers they gave up, and then 17 second chance points. You cannot beat Carolina giving them that much of a cushion.
Brissett had Pinson on his heels. That leads to a basket.
Tell you what, folks, this kid's going to be a monster. I expect him to be first or second team ACC as his career presents.
Question for Brissett is just how many years does he stay on the SU Hill?
Absolutely. I mean, he's showing the entire package tonight.
Dolezaj not a factor tonight so far. 4 points for him after a career-high 20 yesterday. Battle on the move.
But Mike, remember how he was getting them? He was getting them off of the play of Frank Howard or Ty's battle off the bounce. He hasn't had many of those opportunities tonight.
The driving opportunities haven't been there, and let me know if you see the same thing. It's that the North Carolina defenders have done such a good job staying chest to chest with the ball handlers of the Orange.
Yeah, and then the help. They've been over early, which allows them to be able to get to shooters more quickly. The defense, the half-court defense of Carolina has been superb tonight. Look, Frank Howard can't get by Williams there. They've done a good job, to your point, of keeping their chest in front of the ball.
Chukwu grabs the ball above his head and keeps it there to score.
They caught little Joel Berry down there, and that's exactly what a big should do. You find those little guards down there, you just reach up right over the top and put it in. That's exactly what Chukwu did.
First 2 of the game for him, but they've got 11 two-point field goals in the paint, and 7 of them came since that second foul when the Orange started rotating in off the bench. A little bit of Matthew Moyer in the first half, who played 3 minutes, as well as Barama Sidibe.
With Chukwu with 4 fouls, I would continue to drive it right at him. He'll be a little bit more tentative to challenge shots at the top. A strong move.
Howard left it short. Chukwu fighting for it. And Cleveland are starting out a season-long 6-game road trip. And updates from all around Champ Week as tickets continue to be punched and brackets evolve. SportsCenter 1 Eastern on ESPN.
That's his
And the baseman for Chukwu is Barama Sidibe, who steps onto the floor at the 16.5-minute mark with 3 personal fouls.
Wow. And another offensive rebound for the Tar Heels.
Best in that category in the ACC, most offensive.
Chukwu. So let's see if he can give them some kind of offense on that end of the floor, because they certainly need some more production from someone other than the big three.
Battle Howard, Brissett around the perimeter with Sidibe and Dolajai inside the arc. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Battle tries to create space against Williams.
What superb one-on-one defense by the Tar Heels.
Williams defends and looking to get back on track here, having won 6 in a row against Syracuse. First time they met this year, end of February, a 78-74 Tar Heels victory at the Carrier Dome. Not quite as close here tonight. Battle working on Williams. Leaves it short into the hands of Pinson.
Because of the good defense of Carolina, everything's a challenge shot. What a catch by Luke May. Better than Theo Pinson in the middle of that zone. That was perfect execution and a great read.
Pinson's got 11 tonight, 3 of 6 from the floor to go with 6 rebounds. So he's played well against the Orange both times this year. First matchup, a career high 23 for him in that 4-point win in Central New York. A fling across the lane, ill-advised, and taken away by the Tar Heels.
Yeah, what Frank Howard thought was there was not. Luke May didn't come over to help. One more dribble. Get to the front of that rim.
Williams shares for Pinson, feeling generous. Berry off the iron.
Frank Howard, one of my favorite players, is really struggling on the night. 1 of 10 from the floor. Guys, Battle has is a little bit deceptive because he's 3 of 13 from the floor. And to your point, both of those guys need to shoot. They not only need production in terms of scoring, but they got to shoot a good percentage, and that has not happened. O'Shea Brissett has been pretty good tonight, though.
The other 6 points, 4 belong to Dolajai and 2 to the disqualified Chukwu. Sidibe. Last game, starters scored all 73. First bench points of the ACC tournament for Syracuse.
Early push of Carolina, so they're not sprinting back, getting that 2-3 zone set up. And when they haven't, North Carolina has caught them back on their heels and been able to drill them from 3 on a couple of occasions.
The 3-pointers for North Carolina have started to drop. Now 6 of 14 after, as a team, they shot under 40%. Points on 3 is the most of any Roy Williams team since he's come to Chapel Hill.
Been amazing. And then when they go to that small lineup, which is on the floor right now, I think they become even more lethal, because now you have 4 really good 3-point shooters of around 1 Theo Pinson, who's an excellent passer.
A 5-on-4 chance here. Do they recognize it? Williams in transition leaves it short. Howard wants to run. His lob goes off the glass. Brissett didn't see it coming. Berry with a frenetic pace. Johnson slows it down.
Yeah, I couldn't see who that was defensively for Carolina that was running with Brissett, but sniffed that one out and actually boxed him out, and that's why Brissett couldn't get to that ball.
The 13 of the Orange's 38.
Yeah, if it weren't for Brissett, wow, they'd be down 30 right now.
May gets fouled
before the NCAA committee.
They flipped the narrative that the non-conference schedule is always soft and that they don't leave the state. Last year it was 215, and 2 years ago it was 122. So this year, very different scheduling-wise.
They're at home, but they have some good wins against Virginia Tech, Miami, Clemson. And depends on what Louisville does the rest of this tournament. If Louisville can continue to advance, that'll be considered a good win as well.
The Cardinals in action tomorrow. That's a noon tip-off here at the Barclays Center against #1 seed Virginia, where we'll see seeds 1 through 4 in action starting to play tomorrow. Virginia, Duke, Clemson, and Miami all earning that double bye until Thursday here in Brooklyn. Great offensive rebounding by North Carolina, but you could just pull the string, and we could have said that all game.
Well, that was the best defensive possession I've seen Syracuse have here in the last 5 minutes. And to not be able to secure the defensive rebound, that is psychologically destructive. This game for Syracuse, as the big three are taking shots, for Syracuse to have a chance to get back into this game. Sidibe, number 35 in orange, and Dolezaj, 21 in orange. Those guys are going to have to crash the offensive glass. Tripped him, and what good sportsmanship picking him up off the floor.
Howard in a crowd. Looked like it fell into Pinson's third foul and sends him to the bench. Battle off on a three-point try. We mentioned how experienced they are in the postseason the last 2 years, having played 17 postseason games built for this type of atmosphere, and they'll need to piece together 4 wins to go Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday to get the ACC Tournament Championship. Which raises an interesting question for a fan of a team. If you know that you're already in, as North Carolina very firmly is, projected as a number 2 seed right now, would you rather
their tournament championship? It makes some sense, but you cannot share that with your players. Good drive. Howard able to finish over the top, and maybe seeing the ball go through the rim there twice in a row will give him some confidence, because he's really struggled from the field.
The Tar Heel advantage at 17 with just about 9 minutes to play. May gets trapped in the short corner and heaves just shy of midcourt for Berry. Back to May. Out for Johnson.
Got to go here. So I still think the advance from Syracuse is way too slow.
And they're trying to create purely from the perimeter. Sidibe posting up inside, but the guards aren't giving him any looks.
Getting that and one and seeing the ball go through the rim twice could be a confidence builder. Let's see if he can put a few of those together.
He was the slowest of the big three to get started today for the Orange. May contested cleanly by Brissett.
Mike, I think at times when Brissett rebounds the basketball, I think he should push it. He's got a good enough handle and just spray the ball ahead. They'll get some easier opportunities for Howard in battle.
He could create a mismatch.
Yes.
Sidibe snares the loose ball, bounces it out. Brissett tries a three, nearly had it go. Sidibe tournament title game with Duke and Notre Dame, which erased a 21-point deficit against Virginia Tech to advance earlier today.
And folks, I know you're looking at that going BC, Clemson, and if you've not seen BC...
Wait a second. Jim Christian doesn't have any seniors on this roster. Here's maybe a preseason top 25 team for next year already, which is looking way too far ahead. But that's the world we live in. Sidibe fighting for it, and his perseverance pays off.
Mike, remember what we talked about earlier is Dolezaj and Sidibe needed to get on that offensive glass. They've been active on that glass as of late, and so when Syracuse misses, those two have to pound the boards. I like what they're doing on the offensive end. Can't give him that much room. He's not going to miss very many of those.
Sidibe has been playing with 4 fouls with Syracuse on its backup big man after Pascal Chukwu fouled out. Battle can't touch it, and he's saved by Brissett. Wow. Howard bumped. Matthew Moyer, who's played all of 3 minutes in the game, comes in a pressure situation.
For Syracuse to continue climbing back in this game, they've got to keep Carolina from second chance opportunities here. So if they can force them to miss, they've got to rebound that basketball and get out.
A trap on the perimeter, one that North Carolina employed earlier. Takes the shot clock down to 12 for the Tar Heels. May in his preferred spot. Pinson with a clear path. Whoa!
And stayed on the left side of the basket, but using his length to get it up on the glass on the opposite side. That was pretty.
Brissett sizing up Pinson.
Nice
for
cut.
Dolezaj, who pump fakes May and draw.
He's just one of those guys that's a stat sheet stuffer. He does some of everything out there on the floor. Plays the point forward, playing quarterback right there. What a pass.
Full court pressure. Williams beautifully on target.
I think you got to give it to Sidibe.
Battle says no. You usually only appreciate beauty when you look in the mirror, but I'm glad that you saw it somewhere else there too.
That's not what I said.
That is absolutely not true. Takeaway by the Orange. A three for Battle. Off the front rim. Berry pushing. Johnson across the lane.
By the official.
Berry's first free throw tonight.
Watch you and Allison. You got your wires crossed there, partner. Just saying.
Back at you. Glad you still got juice here. 30 minutes to midnight. Tar Heels have led by as many as 21. It's a 2-touchdown lead here with 5 minutes to go for the number 6 seed in the ACC tournament.
Still plenty of time for the Qs, but they've got to get a bucket here.
Loose ball. There's Dolezaj to scoop it up. Sends it back out for Howard. Floater is good after he missed the three.
Tell you what, the extra effort by Syracuse on that offensive glass has paid big dividends for them here in the last 7 minutes. Just when it looked like they were going away, they have gotten on that glass, given themselves extra opportunities.
And they are finding themselves gasping for breath here on the defensive end. 2 tries off the mark from Johnson and Pinson. They can get this thing down to single digits here. And one. Battle! One of 2.
He's tricky with that basketball, isn't he? Oh my gosh.
Back and forth they go, and somebody's got to be on the move here. Howard floats, back iron, no. A couple of tips. Out Carolina's way, a 2-on-1. Pinson shares it back.
2 bounce passes. Wow, fundamentally executed and a nice finish. Tough shot.
Battle's response comes up short. The opportunity there for the Tar Heels again. Turned away. Battle wants to go all the way. Sends it out. A Howard 3. Brissett was robbed. And Dolezaj bumps Boeheim of these players.
Yes, with practically 6 guys that you can rotate. And Chukwu, of course, fouled out of the basketball game, so they limited it there. And Sidibe's been able to give him some good minutes, though. He and Dolezaj got to continue to stay on that glass.
The defensive effort tonight from North Carolina has been nothing short of excellent, holding the Orange to 33% shooting, making the shots difficult each and every time. Williams ahead of the floor. Sidibe. Moyer into the game, along with Howard, Battle, Brissett, and Dolezaj.
The more you can give them some offense.
Floater from Battle, rebounded and put back by Brissett.
Long pass here.
And the track meet, forward feed, and a lay-in.
Yes.
$15 of the 76 points tonight for North Carolina coming in transition.
Want to do things one-on-one. And so when you see a secondary defender, you got to be willing to know where your teammate's going to be. And what we saw in that little video there is anytime they, for that matter, really in a tough way. It gets you scrambling, and they've taken advantage all night long.
May, and Carolina's grasp.
Talk about passing, yet another pretty pass against the zone.
A lot of hands on the ball. It ends up with Pinson.
Ty's battle fell into the cameras back there.
So a loss for the Orange